Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky, and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan. And what I'd like to do today is to share a couple of thoughts and ideas on how to write an online apparel business plan and financial projections. And so just to set your expectations properly, in this video, what I want to do is kind of give you all a couple of tips on how to write the company information section of the business plan, and then to dive into a little bit more in-depth analysis on how to structure your financial projections for an online apparel business plan. All right, so without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce myself a little bit more, and then we're going to dive into discussing how, or rather, some tips and tricks on how to write an online apparel business plan. All right, so first and foremost, a little bit about me. I am a professional writer, specifically a business plan writer. So if y'all need some assistance in writing your business plan, editing your business plan, doing anything to your business plan, please pick up the phone, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. Be delighted to assist. If you do want to write your own business plan, kudos, more power to you, but at least have some kind of a guide. And what I'm referencing is have some kind of a book. And I have written several books on business plan writing. Check me out on Amazon. And then finally, I am an adjunct professor and subject matter expert for both business and finance. So I do have some academic background supporting some of my thoughts and ideas on how to construct business plans for the online apparel company, as well as how to construct the financial projections. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about your online apparel company. So tip number one, first and foremost, when you are doing your company description section for your business plan, make sure to touch on the products and the accessories that you're going to be selling. Some online apparels, they're going to focus on women's clothing. Others may focus on men's sport clothing. And then you still might have other online apparel organizations that are going to be focused on a high-end fashion, or it very well could even be, shoes or, accessories and stuff. So when you're writing your business plan, make sure to first discuss your main products that you're going to be selling. If you're going to be selling men's sporting apparel, then make sure to discuss that first and foremost. Make sure to state that it's your main revenue generator. And then once you discuss your men's sporting apparel or your women's sporting apparel or your high-end fashion gowns, whatever it is, then talk about the accessories that you're going to be selling. Talk about if you're doing, again, men's sporting apparel, then make sure, excuse me, make sure that you're going to talk about maybe some of the socks you're going to be selling, some of the shoes you're going to be selling. Any kind of accessories. If you're selling women's clothing, then make sure you talk about some earrings or some necklaces. Any kind of products or any kind of accessories that a buyer is going to typically purchase with online apparel, make sure to discuss that, make sure to offer that. And also make sure to set the expectations for the deliveries for delivery, however long it's going to take to package and ship, whether it's 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month. Set your expectations in the company description section. All right, next is going to be the financial projections. All too often, I do work with online apparel organizations that are just starting up, and one of the things that really bumps them is that they need to do some financial projections, and they really have literally no idea where to start, where to get their numbers, where to get any of this information. And you know what? There's a really good reason for it, because there is no way to start. There is no way to know this information. Most startup organizations, they are private companies. They are not going to disclose their revenues. They're not going to disclose their costs. They're not going to give you any tips or tricks on their financial settings, because that is proprietary information. So the only thing we can really do when we're doing our financial projections is just to go with our gut feeling. What would we like to see our net profits as? What would we like to have for our number of customers when we're starting out? When you set your financial projection objectives from the perspective of what you would like to see happen, then you can go ahead and take some steps, and you can take actions, and you can align your cost with what you anticipate to happen or what you would like to happen. And if you're able to exceed that, fantastic. Then the next year you're going to go ahead and make some changes. You're going to up your amounts. You might up your customers per day, or you might lower your variable costs, whatever the changes are. All right, so let's go ahead and go right into tip number 2 for the financial projections. For the financial projections, when you're doing this for an online apparel, instead of trying to identify how many shirts you're going to sell and the average price for the shirts and the pants and the socks and the necklaces and the scrunchies and all the good stuff, you're not going to be able to do that because you don't know what the product mix is going to be. You don't know if someone's going to buy 2 shirts and 1 pants and a hairband, or they're going to buy 3 blouses and then a pair of shoes. There's no way to know this. However, what you can do is estimate what you'd like your average cost to be per online transaction. So for the financial structure or for the financial projections, the way that I've structured it for the online apparel is I've broken into 3 sections: the revenue section, the monthly fixed cost section, and then the monthly profits. For the first section here, the revenues, we're going to average what we think that each customer is going to spend on average per visit to the website. So for this example, we're thinking, excuse me, that each customer is going to drop about $75. And from that, we know that our variable cost on average is going to be about $40. So if we have a sales price of $75, we're going to make sure we mark it up above and beyond the $40. So our variable cost will be the $40. This leaves us our gross profit of $35. And the next thing we need to do is identify how many customers on average we want to have on our website on a daily basis starting day 1. In this particular example, we're going to say that we're going to have about 20 customers on average to the website, and they're going to purchase something. The next step is going to be to multiply the number of items or the number of customers that we're going to have visit by our gross profits. So the number of customers are 20, gross profits are 35. This is going to give us a gross profit of $700 per day. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take that $700, we're going to be multiplying that by the number of days that your website is going to be in operations. Since it's usually 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we're going to multiply it by 30. That gives us a gross monthly profits of approximately $21,000. Our next step is going to be to identify monthly fixed cost. For an online apparel, you might have a $500 loan payment that you could be making monthly. You might have to drop $1,200 on inventory monthly. Your labor might be $3,000. Your lease for your warehouse or wherever you're leasing to build your business, $1,500. Utilities could be $650. Marketing, $1,500. You very well could be a lot higher with an online apparel company, but we're going to go $1,500 for starting. Accounting, legal, and insurance might be $150, and then miscellaneous, our wonderful catch-all. I promise you, as a starting organization, you are going to be surprised at least one time, maybe a lot more on a monthly fixed cost. So you do want to budget for the unknown or the unexpected. That is going to be your miscellaneous, and for this example, I'm saying $1,200. The next step is going to be to total up all your monthly costs, and we've done it right here, which is $9,700. The next step is going to be to construct your third phase of the basic profit and loss statement, which is the monthly profits. In line 1, what we're going to do is we're going to bring down our gross monthly profits, $21,000. We'll put it right here. Next thing we're going to do is take our monthly costs right here. I'm going to drop it down here. And then the final step is going to be deduct the monthly cost, the $9,700, from the $21,000, and that gives us our net profits of $11,300. Now, the beautiful thing about having this customized profit and loss statement for your online apparel company is that once you have this set up, then all you have to do is change your variables in here to reflect the current economic environment. So for example, if you're getting a lot of website traffic, you might want to change the number of items sold from a number of customers from 20 to 25. Once you change this from 20 to 25, then what's going to happen is your profits are going to roll over and it's going to change your profits automatically. You may also want to go ahead and issue a sale. You might anticipate that you've got a high inventory of one item, so you might want to lower your price from $75 to $70, and in doing that, you are going to again increase your items sold. Once you make these two changes to your revenues and your costs, again, your monthly profits are going to reflect your changes as well. So not only is this good for your business plan to show what your anticipated profits are going to be, but this is also an excellent tool to check out what your different price points are as to where you think your highest profits are going to come from. All right, so in summary, hopefully this little brief explanation on a couple tips and tricks on how to write your online apparel company was helpful. So in summary, make sure to follow a proven format. If you go to an SBA lender or if you go to a SCORE representative and you ask them for a business plan template, that is exactly what you're going to get. Is a business plan template, and that is the same template that they're going to give an online apparel company as to a restaurant, to a manufacturer, to a farming company, whatever you can think of, they're going to give the same template. So your job is now not only to write your business plan, but you got to go through that template and figure out what items are going to, or what segments are going to be aligned with your online apparel company as compared to other industries. So you're going to have a 50 or 60 page template, and then you're going to try to whittle it down based on the information that you're really going to need. You're going to spend so much time on that you could probably have finished your business plan if you just started from scratch. So just keep that in mind. Try if you're going to use a template, try to stay away from the just generic ones. What I do for myself, I do offer item industry specific business plan templates. For example, I'm working on right now an online apparel template. I will have that on my website very soon. And if you want to take a look at that, I'll give you that information in a second. But just keep in mind, when you're using a template, try to stay away from the general ones. Use specific industry-related templates that are going to give you the information that you need and the structure that you need in order to successfully and quickly, efficiently write your business plan. Also, next, keep the star of the show as the business. Yes, you might be a designer. You might be an incredible designer. You might have done that for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, however long, and you decide now you're going to open your online apparel shop with your own information and your own products and services. And you know what? I get that you've done it a long time, and it's fantastic, but always make sure to keep the star of the show as your online apparel business. When you're writing the business plan, we're not writing about you. It's not a biography or an autobiography. This is about your business. So when you're writing the business plan, make sure the star of the show is always going to be the actual business itself. And then finally, if you need some assistance, whether it be for a template or even writing a custom business plan for your online apparel store, make sure to reach out to me for assistance. Be delighted to help. All right, so if you want some more information on how to write your online apparel business plan, just visit qualitybusinessplan.com/how to write an apparel, how to write an online apparel business plan. On this website, I do go into more depth for tips and tricks on how to write each one of the company or each one of the segments that is popular in an online apparel business plan, for like the company information, organizational structure, funding request information, all that good stuff. I'll give you some tips and tricks on this on my website. And then finally, if y'all do want to buy an online apparel business plan template, like I said, I am working on it right now. So if you go over to my website, qualitybusinessplan.com/business plan templates, and scroll down and look for the online apparel business plan template. If it is not there, send me a message. Let me know you're waiting for it. And then what I'll do is I'll respond and I'll let you know the time frame expected to have that completed. All right, so hopefully this information was helpful for writing your online apparel business plan. And as always, have a fantastic day and give me a like on YouTube. Thank you.